Here's a shocking reality that big tech doesn't want you to know. While artificial intelligence promises to revolutionize our world, the human workforce behind it is being systematically eliminated in ways that should alarm every working person. Over 200 specialized contractors responsible for training and refining Google's AI systems found themselves abruptly terminated last month, receiving nothing more than cold, impersonal emails announcing their dismissal. These weren't random layoffs. They happened during an escalating battle between workers and management over fundamental employment rights. For years now, Google has deliberately shifted its AI enhancement operations to external contractors, primarily through Hitachi's subsidiary Global Logic and similar outsourcing firms. These aren't your typical tech workers. We're talking about highly educated professionals, many holding master's degrees or PhDs, whose specialized expertise directly shapes how AI chatbots like Gemini respond to millions of users worldwide. But here's where it gets controversial. These brilliant minds, whose work literally teaches machines to think and communicate more like humans, are being treated as disposable resources. Andrew Lauzon discovered this harsh reality firsthand when his termination notice arrived via email on August 15th. After joining Global Logic in March 2024, where he spent months carefully evaluating AI responses and crafting prompts to improve machine learning models, he was simply told the project was experiencing a ramp down. Corporate speak that essentially means we don't need you anymore. How can anyone feel secure in employment when termination could happen at any moment without explanation? Lauzon questioned, highlighting a fundamental issue plaguing the entire gig economy landscape. These AI trainers, often called super raters, perform incredibly sophisticated work that goes far beyond simple data entry. They analyze chatbot responses across countless subjects, rewrite content to sound more natural and intelligent, and use their specialized knowledge to guide AI development. Think of them as the teachers behind the machines. Without their input, AI systems would remain crude and unhelpful. Here's the part most people miss. Internal company documents suggest Global Logic is using these human experts to develop automated rating systems that will eventually replace them entirely. It's a twisted irony. Highly skilled workers are literally training their own replacements while being kept in the dark about their ultimate fate. Meanwhile, the company continues hiring new contractors even as it systematically eliminates existing employees through various tactics. In July, Global Logic mandated that Austin-based workers return to physical offices, effectively forcing out those who couldn't afford commuting costs or had disabilities and caregiving responsibilities that required remote work flexibility. And this is the part most people miss. Despite handling work that requires advanced degrees and specialized expertise, following the pilot program's success, Google expressed interest in massive expansion, planning to onboard 20 new workers weekly, Lavario explained. The company eventually employed approximately 2,000 super raters across various AI projects. But here's where it gets controversial. Problems emerged when Global Logic began using third-party contractors to accelerate hiring. While direct Global Logic super raters earned between $28 to $32 per hour, identical work performed by third-party contractors paid only $18 to $22 hourly, a staggering pay disparity for equivalent responsibilities. Alex, a generalist rater hired in 2023, who requested partial anonymity for privacy protection, described her role as essential quality control for AI systems. Engineers focus on coding and technical development, but they lack time for the detailed feedback and fine-tuning that chatbots require, she explained. We function like lifeguards at a beach, constantly monitoring to prevent problems before they impact users. Despite eventually securing full-time employment with Global Logic, Alex revealed that roughly 80% of project workers remain contractors without benefits, paid time off, or job security protections. Worker frustration reached a breaking point by late 2023, when approximately 80 employees created a WhatsApp group called Super Secret Secondary Location to discuss organizing strategies. By spring 2024, some members partnered with the Alphabet Workers Union to establish a Global Logic chapter specifically for AI raters. "We built our movement from underground up," Lavario described. "Essentially, we laid groundwork for union representation while developing organizational systems." By December 2024, Alex found herself assigned to a project she initially believed would lead to career advancement, but instead experienced intensified stress and unrealistic performance demands. Task timers were reduced to 5 minutes, creating what she described as an impossible choice between quality work and meeting quotas. "I've stopped counting daily task completion numbers," Alex admitted. "My focus has shifted entirely to beating timers rather than producing meaningful work. What was once mentally stimulating has become mind-numbing repetition." She frequently fails to meet the 5-minute metric and faces constant threats of project removal or termination for inadequate speed. Things escalated dramatically in January when a departing worker publicly encouraged colleagues to organize through social media and email communications. Global Logic's immediate response involved suppressing these conversations by deleting discussion threads, Lavario claimed. "Team leaders falsely accused us of violating company policies that didn't actually exist." Later that month, Lavario distributed a comprehensive survey about pay and working conditions through company channels, successfully growing union membership from 18 to 60 members by February. However, company retaliation followed swiftly. During the first week of February, workers received emails banning social channel usage during work hours, effectively eliminating the primary communication method for remote employees to maintain human connections. These Google chat spaces had served diverse communities and interests, from LGBTQ+ groups to gaming enthusiasts and creative writers. "Social spaces helped us feel less robotic and more human," explained Fate Frontera, who joined Global Logic as a generalist rater working on Gemini and Magi responses. Human connection becomes especially crucial in remote environments where face-to-face interaction doesn't exist. Many workers interpreted the social channel ban as direct retaliation for pay equity discussions. Union activities and salary conversations were painting an unflattering picture of Global Logic, claimed one anonymous super rater with 2 years company experience. Management banned communication to prevent further organizing, creating a hostile work environment. Despite restrictions, Lavario continued engaging on social platforms, prompting management to schedule a warning meeting about policy violations. Following this confrontation, Lavario filed a whistleblower complaint with Hitachi. 4 days later, he received both a response to his complaint and a termination meeting invitation. During a brief 5-minute call, management fired Lavario for violating the social spaces policy. Labor experts recognize this pattern as standard practice worldwide when contract workers attempt organizing. "This represents the typical playbook," explained Mila Maselli, research lead at DARE Institute, which advocates for AI data workers globally. "We've observed identical scenarios across virtually every outsourcing company performing data work where employees tried organizing. Retaliation consistently follows." Internationally, AI contract workers are fighting back through various organizing efforts. Earlier this year, Kenyan AI data labelers established the Data Labelers Association to advocate for improved compensation, working conditions, and mental health support. Similarly, content moderators from multiple countries formed the Global Trade Union Alliance of Content Moderators in April, representing workers from Kenya, Turkey, Colombia, and beyond. Remaining Global Logic employees report living in fear of speaking up about workplace issues. "The atmosphere has become genuinely oppressive," Alex described. "We can't organize effectively because any discussion risks immediate termination or layoffs." Google's official response deflects responsibility entirely. These individuals work for Global Logic or their subcontractors, not Alphabet, stated company spokesperson Courtney Mancini. As employers, Global Logic and subcontractors bear full responsibility for employment and working conditions. We audit suppliers against our supplier code of conduct. Global Logic declined comment requests. But here's the uncomfortable truth that demands discussion. If Google relies so heavily on these workers to make their AI systems functional and intelligent, shouldn't they bear some responsibility for ensuring fair treatment? And what does it say about our tech-driven future when the humans teaching machines to be more human are themselves being dehumanized in the process? This situation raises fundamental questions about the future of work in the AI age. Are we witnessing the birth of a new class of highly educated, yet completely disposable workers? And perhaps most controversially, should companies be allowed to use human expertise to build AI systems specifically designed to eliminate those same humans from the workforce? What's your take on this? Should tech giants like Google bear responsibility for contractors' working conditions? Or is this simply how modern business operates? And do you think it's ethical for companies to use human workers to train AI systems that will ultimately replace them? Share your thoughts, because this conversation affects every worker in every industry as AI continues expanding.